Okay, this is a video of my level 15 protection warrior. We're going to tank Ragefire Chasm today. As you can see, they kind of started before I was even ready, but we're going to skip ahead to where you actually need to tank, because right now there's nothing that you really need to tank. It's all solo pulls, things will die too fast. This is the first pack. Basically on a warrior, what you want to do is throw up a rend and the thunderclap, and if you're in defensive stance, that should be really all you need to hold everything. This is the first boss. Right here, I actually do a terrible job of tanking this guy. I actually forget to, after I charge, go back into defensive stance, so I end up losing threat on this guy. And right here, I end up having to chase him around the room, whereas if I was in defensive stance, I would have never lost him. I think about halfway through this, I remember that I should be in defensive stance. Yeah, right there, I went back into defensive stance, and as you can see, as soon as I hit defensive stance, I pick him up pretty easily, and then tank him pretty much just standing there the rest of the fight. So next we're going to cover the two different types of trash packs that you'll come in contact with before the next boss. So here's the first kind. It'll have these worm things and the elementals. Basically all you need to do is go in defensive stance, throw up a rend and thunderclap. These are pretty bad about having ads because they kind of patrol back and forth. But if you get an ad, like we actually get one right here, all you need to really do is thunderclap. It'll put a rend on anything that doesn't have a rend on it. And it's fairly easy to tank anything that you get ad-wise. The orc trash packs, the only thing you really need to watch out for is that the casters in these groups, you want to make sure that they're close enough to you that you can hit them with your thunderclap, and everything should stick on you pretty easily. Now this is the second boss, and he is actually the hardest hitting boss in this instance. I guess he might have a chance to kill you if you were only in white gear, but as long as you have greens, you should be fine for tanking this guy. Tank him no problem here. I don't think I even lose aggro one time, and I pick up an ad about halfway through this fight, and I'm not even worried about the boss now. I know I have aggro. Right here, I just switch and just tank the ad the entire time to make sure that I have aggro on him too. The boss really isn't going to come off you. Aggro is kind of a joke. As long as you stay in defensive stance, you should be fine. This is the third boss, and you can actually control this guy. He's mainly just I guess, stronger than an elite mob. He doesn't have any special abilities. He can be crowd controlled. You can stun him. But yeah, you basically just have to tank this guy just like he was just a normal mob. He has ads, but you can sap him and actually pull the ads without even getting him. Right there, I was trying to find out where the hunter in this group was, and he goes AFK after that second boss, and well, he decides to pull half the instance right during the last boss fight, but we'll see that in a minute. Okay, this is going to be the last boss right here, but we have two really pro DPS with us this fight who kind of show exactly what you shouldn't do. This is a terrible pull of the last boss here. Right here, I rend and thunderclap, and I have the boss and all the other ones, but then I look over and see the warlock has actually decided to send his pet into the other group, so I run over there and pick those guys up. The hunter is still AFK right now, but I mean, we're not having a problem. This is pretty low level stuff, and you should be able to handle it. even if they pick up 2 or 3 packs at a time, you should be able to tank it perfectly fine as long as your healer is a decent healer. Right here, the hunter is actually gonna come running back in and pull like half the instance. Yeah, here he comes, because he's such a pro. But basically, I was able to pick up the rest of those and no problem. But I ended up getting them all. This was a pretty terrible group, but we still managed to pull it off.